This woman was standing on a stool to grab a file when her male colleague walked up from behind, put his hand directly on her waist, and brazenly groped her butt. A file fell and hit Luke in the face, but Luke rushed out and shouted, "I was trying to help Della, but she hit me." Falsely accused, Della was forced to endure the condemning stares of her colleagues. No one believed her explanations, and even some people sympathized with Luke. Her female boss Grace watched Della silently from the side. By afternoon, Della had spent a lot of time preparing for her work presentation, but she'd already lost all her confidence. Luke, on the other hand, was still full of arrogance. When Della was making her final preparations, Luke suddenly hit her glasses. When Grace arrived and the meeting was about to start, Della couldn't see anything without her glasses. This made her even more anxious, and though she tried to act calm, she eventually crumbled under the pressure. Under her colleagues' gazes, Della fled the meeting room in embarrassment. As Della cried, Luke returned her glasses. It turned out he'd been afraid Della would take the project away from him, so he deliberately ruined her presentation. 10 minutes later, Della was called to Grace's office. She thought she was going to be fired, but instead, Grace encouraged her to fight back bravely, explaining that she'd also experienced workplace harassment when she was starting her business. Grace's personal story gave Della a huge boost of courage. So when Luke was giving his presentation, Della played the surveillance footage from the file room on the computer. All her colleagues saw clearly how Luke had harassed her. Grace immediately announced that Luke was fired, and he had to leave in shame. In the end, Della fought for justice for herself.